Hello my friends, I just wanted to tell you that this video is part of the IOD Summer 2024 release playlist. So if you want to see what other creatives are up to with other products in this release, I will leave the link for the playlist in the description box below, so feel free to check that out. On with the video. So earlier this year, I had the opportunity to take a class with Lori Siebert as part of a painting retreat, and she taught us how to embrace graphic flowers. This was my painting at the end of that class, and it was okay. I mean, it's not anything that I really love, so I came home and I worked on it a little bit, and it was just meh. And it sat on my easel for quite a while until I came across this stamp, which is the new Charlotte stamp from Iron Orchid Designs. The thing that I love about stamps is that they are easy to do, and with a sheet like this, like the Charlotte stamp, there's an endless array of combinations that you can do. I'm going to use just two pieces from this stamp. I'm going to use the face and one of the butterflies. So the first thing I'm going to do is try and figure out where exactly I want to place the stamp. So there's nothing on it, it's just the stamp itself, and I'm kind of playing around trying to figure out where exactly I want to put it. So if you're stamping on canvas, you do want to make sure that you've got something underneath your canvas, because that canvas has some give to it. So you want to make sure that you've got something underneath there, a stack of books or a board, something to give that canvas some rigidity to it, so that when you stamp, you get a good impression. The scary part about stamping is it's kind of like a one and done, so you kind of have to hover a little bit, which is what I'm doing here, until I decide the exact placement, and then once I let it go, that's it. But I kind of work it, make sure that the ink that I'm using makes good contact with my canvas, and then pull it up, and voila, there's my image. So most of the time when I paint on canvas, this is how I do it. I usually paint weird faces, and I always use this like cutout method, meaning I paint a background and then I go over that background and kind of form a shape. So the stamp is helping me get that shape for the face. So far I'm liking it. You can really see her face there. I decided to give her a green dress slash shirt slash whatever. Obviously the shape is not realistic, but that's okay because the flowers aren't realistic either. So I decided that I couldn't really see the details of her face very much, so I'm gonna carve the shape out using some pink paint. I decided to add some stripes down at the bottom for a more graphic look, which kind of matches the graphic flowers on the top. So I'm going to re-stamp over that pink paint, which is now dry, but I need to make a little mask for myself because I don't want to get any of the stamp onto the shirt that I've just painted. So I just use some parchment paper. I re-inked the stamp using the same ink that I used before, and then I do that hover till I get the placement right, and then down it goes. Ooh, I like the way it's coming out, but I need just a little bit more, so I pulled off the butterfly from that same Charlotte stamp, and I'm going to use this white-ish ink. It's called Wedding something something. I don't know, I've had it forever and ever. After adding one more yellow flower to the top to kind of balance things out, I sealed everything with a matte sealer. So here's one thing I want to say about art. I have a really hard time calling myself an artist because, while other people might think that, I don't necessarily think that about myself. But the more that I create, and the more that I do, and the more that I make, and the more that I paint, whether it be on furniture or canvas, I have to embrace that art is what you make it. And I'm not expecting to be in some high-end gallery. I'm doing this because it makes me happy and I enjoy it and I love it. And if other people like it too, then that's okay. And if other people don't like what I do, that's okay too, as long as I like it. And this project, in my mind, turned out so well that I've kept it and it hangs proudly in my own home. So just make what makes you happy. Thank you so much for letting me share my funky art project with you, and don't forget to check out the playlist for the rest of the summer 2024 IOD release.